Ever since I was a teenager, my life used to ask me one particular question. The closer I got to really life-changing events. When I left school, when I started studying, when I started my first job, when I quit my first job, when I decided to become self-employed, when I got married, and when I became a parent. And the closer I got to these moments, the more imminent this question became. And right now I'm close to another very life-changing event. And so this question is getting more present and bigger. And that question that my life always asks me is, are you ready? And it's not just a question, it's not just words, it's a feeling. It's a mixture of being a little anxious, being a little afraid, hopeful, and not knowing what's about to come. And the most interesting thing about this question, from my point of view, is that it doesn't matter what your answer is. Life will move on. Life will progress. This step is about to happen. And the only question is how you will deal with what's about to happen, whether you are ready or not. And this question isn't new. The Stoics, who lived in ancient Greece, they talked about it and they wrote down some ideas about it. And I remember one quote when a student asked a teacher, just tell me what to do. I'm close to this life-changing moment and I don't know what to do, so just tell me what to do. And the teacher then replied, you have to understand how laughable and ridiculous this request is. Because if I tell you what to do now, and your life will then take you off script, you won't know what to do. You will feel lost in the same way. So a far better request any one of us can have is train my mind to adapt to any circumstance. So you will know what to do when life takes you off script. And this is the idea that I have in mind when I think about my life-changing moments and events and event that's about to happen. Because you cannot prepare for these things. Because if you take becoming a parent as an example, and you have friends that already have kids, they will tell you what it feels like for them. They will tell you what changed for them, for the better and for worse. But they still won't be able to tell you what it will mean for you. Because in your life, you are in the center of the universe. You are the one person, the one subject that things are happening to, and not your friends. So their advice might be helpful, but it doesn't make a difference ultimately to what it will feel like for you. So is there anything you can do if life asks you this question and you are close to one of those life-changing events? And some of the events you cannot even control that they're happening, and they're not as positive as the ones that I talked about now. So there it's even more important, and there it's even more difficult. But I think there is something that we all can do. And this has to do with a sentence that I talked about in my previous video. The sentence that really changed my life in so many ways. Because in every moment, in each and every of those life-changing situations, we have to be aware of what it is that we are actually doing and what is actually happening around us. If you know what you are doing, and more important, how you use yourself to act, you will be able to do things the way you want. Now, if right now you don't have the feeling you understand the sentence, that's not a problem. In my case, I think it took me a couple of years to actually understand it and be able to live by it. Because in each and every one of those life-changing moments and events, if you are in fact able to be aware of what it is that you are doing and how you are using yourself to act, you will be able to do the things you want. Why? Because in so many cases, in those life-changing events, we pay more attention to what is happening around us, what other people are doing, try to ask them for advice, try to follow what they are doing. And that way we are ignoring what it feels like for us. And we don't manage to get in contact with what we actually want and how we can act in a way so we can achieve that. And so the thing that I try to do in every of those life-changing events and moments is just this. I try to connect this inner truth. I know this sounds weird, and it even sounds weird to me saying it out loud, but I believe in that. I believe that there is some sort of inner truth or universal truth that we can connect to, and we cannot do that if we pay attention to what other people are doing, what other people are saying, and what they maybe want us to do and what they maybe want us to act by and live by. So we can only do that if we become aware of what this is and how this feels like. Because then suddenly, those life-changing events, they aren't those big events that are threatening us or that we have to be afraid of. They are more like a dancing partner, because we realize that whatever this is, whatever life is throwing at me, I can look at myself, what I'm able to do, and how I'm able to dance with and or around this. Hopefully with, because it feels like it's a part of our lives. And I don't know if you were expecting to get some advice from this video, because there isn't any advice that anyone can give you. What you can do is you can try to find that connection to your inner universal truth. Even though I know it sounds somehow weird, and it sounds weird for me to say it. However, that's the way that I think we can all try to dance with life instead of be afraid of it or be threatened by anything that's happening. And so I wish you that you manage to achieve that with whatever it is that your life has in store for you.